All right, Shalom. And first and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Rachak Wadash. And I want to say double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say Shalom to the hopeful elect out there hearing this word in truth and sincerity. My name is Iwallam War. I'm from GMS West Palm Beach Camp. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to those that watch. I just want to do a quick lesson, on something pertaining to camp yesterday. We were out there preaching. We had the beloved brothers from Miami, that came, and fellowship with us. And as we were preaching, some black woman, came up and pretty much, she came, looking at a sign, and then as, brothers were speaking, so she goes and said, I have a question, interrupting brothers in their speech, man. You know what I'm saying? And this was a proud nigga woman, man. She was a harlot, pretty much, walking with two men, dancing in the street before she came up. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much, as the brothers were speaking, I have a question. And then, brothers, cut her off right there, man. Brothers said, hold on, told her to hold on. But she got offended, and walked away. Went to wherever she was going. And then the bitch came back and pretty much, started cussing brothers out, man. Y'all you came out, y'all still preaching that bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And that's the attitude of the nigga woman toward this truth, man, towards brothers. And this is why Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai is going to kill the majority, all right, of these nigga women. A lot of women out here is going to suffer great judgment. This is Micah 7:9. We'll start from here to get context. It says, I will bear the indignation of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, because I have sinned against him, until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. We're bearing the indignation that the Lord, got on us, because, we sinned against him. So we're here in captivity, where the woman is over the man, or where the lowest, the scummiest of the heathen is ruling over us, the Edomites. This is the curse, man. All right, the basis of men is ruling over us. All right, but there's going to come a point in time when Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai is going to stop it. It's going to stop, the rulership of, Esau, Edom, the so-called black woman, being over the man. And the woman in general, is over the man. But here in this society, we're dealing with Israelites. So the so-called black, Latino, Native American woman, is really, over the Israelite man in this kingdom. All right. Verse 10 says, then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets, And there's the energy that she came in, came up talking about y'all still preaching that bullshit, and started cussing us out, Don't remember, everything she said, but that's, if it's one thing I remember she says, is, saying that we're still preaching that bullshit. That's what I remember, and the energy that she came in, is a disrespectful manner, and that's the thing with Eve, all right? If it was Edomites up there talking, trying to break down the scriptures, she wouldn't have came up so rude. She would have came up listening, ears all up, like a dog. A dog sits down, look at you with his ears up and just look at you, She would have been like that, man. But because it's so-called black men, out there preaching the Bible, everybody, especially the own people, feel like they got the need to just come up and be disrespectful, man. All right, especially the women. But like I said, it's going to come a time where Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai is going to bring forth judgment, and that's what we're looking for, man. Because the judgment is what's going to put to rest all this pride, man. When you go on these, these downtown areas, you just see women out there being promiscuous, or you just see men out there, following their woman, and they're just living it up, man. All right, and it's vexation, right? It's vexation and it's annoying, but we know it's a point in time to where it's going to come an end to all this. All right, let's get the book of Isaiah chapter 2. All right, Isaiah 2 and verse 11. All right, because people are lofty right now. They're comfortable. They don't have a care in the world. Even as inflation is eating people up. There's still no outcry. There's still because people still got some kind of money. Whether it be a job that they have, where they're making a little decent amount of money, and they're not being touched by inflation, so to speak. But when the time comes, that hyperinflation hit, that's when people, their money, their pockets are going to start, being touched. Their pockets are going to start hurting. That's when they're going to cry out. Remember, right now, people are lofty. They're comfortable. Isaiah 2 and 11 says, the lofty looks of men shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of men, right? And when it says men, as well as the woman, but, everything starts with the man first, all right? Because the man is always ahead of the woman. All right, but the woman, most definitely is gonna feel the pressure of the judgment getting ready to happen. The lofty looks of men shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. And how is the Lord going to be exalted in that day? Because before the judgment come, the prophets are out there preaching the word. The prophets are out there letting you know that look, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, is going to bring a great judgment on this earth. All right, so when that judgment happens, these people it's going to come to their mind that those Hebrew Israelites were saying that, that whether they say the name or not, that, he was going to do this. All right, that this was going to happen. Where they at? Because I need some answers. All right, and we're going to get that scripture in Amos chapter 8, right? Verse 12 says, for the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, and upon everyone that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low. All right. And we live in a society where the people that do wickedness, the people that do evil, all right, they're highly esteemed. All right. They're put on a pedestal, man. You see, we live in a backward society. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7. Chapter 10. Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. In low place, because folly is what's highly esteemed. For example, TikTok, where folly is where folly is pretty much posted, and pretty much you get likes. That's how you get famous. Create a TikTok account and just post dumb shit. All right, you get a great following, because it's set in great dignity. Instagram, you post something, all right, get likes because people are dumbed down. The dumb shit is what get the attention, what get the views. All right. But then you got the rich, all right, which are the believers. All right, those that trust and believe in Yahweh Shem Shai, they're in a low place because this world really doesn't want anything serious, man. They just want to be, distracted by bread and circus. All right, distracted by different things. You see, as everything around the world is going on, the rumors of wars, the wars going on. All right, this economy getting ready to collapse. People not batting an eye to it because, they have bread and circuses, man. All right, they have these little distractions that's keeping them away from the real world problems. Things like these celebrity news. P. Diddy, the news coming out on him. They're all distracted by these things, so therefore their mind is not really set on real world problems. So that's why when all hell breaks loose, they're going to be like blind men, blind men not knowing where the hell they going, not knowing what the hell to do because they did not pay attention. They did not take heed to the men that the Lord set forth or to warn them. This is the book of Amos chapter 8 and verse 11. And it says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh. You see? So there is a famine coming of literal bread and water, right? Where food is going to be very scarce, all right? That's why in the book of 2nd Ezra, it says that a man shall have no pity on his neighbor for the lack of bread, all right? Because there's going to be a lack of food. But the real famine, which is coming, is the famine of the word, or where all the answers are, man. You know, because right now the answers are being made public around the globe, man, around the world. You know, but when the Lord pulls back His word and brings the problems, bring the judgments, you know, that food nor water ain't gonna be able to deliver you from, you know, the death that the Lord sent after you. All right, the death angel that the Lord got, you know, set for you. All right, is not gonna be persuaded by food or water or gold. All right, he's gonna do the judgment that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh shall pronounce for him to do unto that individual. Okay. You know, and once again, as we go back to the topic, the so-called black woman, all right, she's the number one contendant, all right, for judgment, all right. See, the heathen woman, they're going to get their judgment regardless, man. Yahweh Shemiah Shai could give a damn about the heathen, all right. But our people, especially the women of our nation, you know, the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American women, you know, that's pretty much done their men wrong. That's pretty much, you know, took advantage of this system. They heard the word. They heard how a woman's supposed to treat their man, but they brushed it off. Man, great judgment is coming. All right, great death is coming to the women of our nation. You know what I'm saying? And honestly speaking, I can see why, you know, the kind of judgment, you know, that was written is coming. Because, you know, they're out of pocket, man, out of order. Verse 12, it says, and this is why, you know, I can see now why, you know, brothers, you know, the apostles on down, they say to avoid the black woman, you know. You know, when we say black woman, the Judite woman, you know, also Benjamin and Levi, man, you know, that have been Americanized. You know, verse 12 says, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it, right? Because they're going to be looking for the answers. They're going to be looking for what to do, you know, when all hell breaks loose and martial law is declared, you know, when the sea hip is made mandatory. What do we do, you know? Because it's called the hour of temptation for a reason. Because when that time comes, you know, you're not going to have those men telling you what to do when that time comes. Because right now, you're being told not to take it and why not to take it, you know? Because the judgment for taking it is, you know, nuclear fire, all right? But a lot of people, you know, they're going to know in themselves that something ain't right about this. But, you know what I'm saying, they're not going to have the Spirit of the Lord with them to not take it. Why? Because, once again, you know, they did not take heed. That's why it's important to take heed right now. All right. It's very important to listen right now, you know, because when that time comes, you know, you're going to want to know what it is and how to combat it. Because the scripture says to strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for you, you know, even unto death, you know, if it takes that, you know, you got to, take death, man, and not take that sea hip. You know, I wanted to get this scripture too because it goes into the great judgment. You know, part of that judgment coming, all right, to Babylon. You know, and really the part where it says, the bride shall mourn, having no bridegroom. And the Lord willing, it's in this chapter, or I can just search it, whichever. But this is 2nd Ezra 15 and 14. You know, and I want to bring this scripture out also too because, you know, as, you know, these things are being fulfilled, of course, once again, the men are going to suffer. But men are more well-equipped to deal with hard times than women are, you know. Yeah, hard times is coming, you know, but men, you know, are able to deal, you know, with tough times, you know, hardships. You know, even I would go even the farther to say, like, even the people, you know, that the men that don't know of this truth, you know, they're in some way, shape, or form preparing for, you know, the things getting ready to happen. You know, the women, they're just living it up. They can care less of what's getting ready to happen, man. All right, they're just living their lives, you know, having a little pleasure here in Babylon the Great. Well, you got men that see what's happening. They're preparing. They're prepping. You know, they're getting their food, their water ready. You know, but the women that are living it up, you know, when all hell breaks loose, okay, it's just gonna happen suddenly onto them, and they're not gonna know what to do. All right, that bad bitch, you know, Babylonian woman. You know, I don't need a man. I can do it by myself. It's gonna go down the drain real quick. All right, especially when them troops come in this bitch. You know, those martial law troops. You know, Them foreign troops, they're going to come and they're going to ravish these women, and that's going to be the judgment of the Lord. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 14, and it says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. All right, woe, destruction, sorrow, right? Crying. Okay? It says, verse 15, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, man. And we just can't wait for this to happen, man, because once, these things starts happening, man, that's going to be the end, of slaving for this devil, man. Truth be told, because as this system is still up, we got to slave for Esau, we got to, go and clock into this man's job, and take orders from the bases of men. But look, once, Yahweh Shem Yahushua crashed this system, we ain't got no, we're not obligated to stay, and serve Esau, man. It's going to come a time where we got to separate, man, and that's going to be the best time. Now, a lot of people might think, well, how are we going to survive? Well, simply trusting in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because it's written that, my servant shall eat, my servant shall drink, Verse 16 says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Right? The citizens of the U.S. is going to rise up against their government. They're not going to regard what their president have to say, or the mayor, all right, or the governor have to say. All right, it's going to be, we got to do something about this. All right, because once again, as inflation eat this place up, they're going to be done hearing, all right, what the officials got to say about, what's going on. Your president said he's sending billions to Ukraine, yet there's no outcry about it. But once again, as the hardships increase, there will be something done by these people about it, man. They're going to eventually go out there and take matters into their own hands. Verse 17 says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to. And them doing so is going to lead to martial law, order Abkael. All right, Esau, Edom, this is what he wants. He's, I believe I read an article the other day, right? Pretty much. Well, I didn't read the article, but I read the title. It says, how this is a controlled demolition of the U.S., man, and this is rightfully so. Esau, Edom is, purposefully, demolishing this current system so that he can bring in that digital beast system, man, which is all prophecy. Verse 18 says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. The key word there is pride. All right. You thinking that, because America has the greatest military America never seen, America has never been touched by, another nation concerning war. You think that, you're in good cases, man. All right. But it's gonna come upon you suddenly. You're not gonna know where it came from. Like it says in Isaiah 47, that pride is gonna be brought low. All right. It's like reality is going to slap these people to where, and once again, especially these women, to where now it's like, what do I do? Verse 19 says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. You see? So neighbors are going to turn against each other. Even brothers, sisters, parents, are going to turn against their children, man, because of the hard times coming, and that's why Yahweh Shah said, who is my brother and who is my sister? Those that do the will of my Father, because those doing the will of the Father ain't going to, up on, their brother, or their sister, It's going to be a dog-eat-dog world out here, man, and, let me see if I can find it. Where it says that brother shall, right here. Where it says that right there. Matthew 10 and verse 21. It says, and the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. So these are the times that we're coming into, where family members, houses are going to be broken up. But it's all good though, because at the end of the day, you know, we understand that this is the will of the Lord, you know, because we're just seeking to get on the chariot. You know, we'll see our family members on the other side, man, because we understand those of us in this truth, you know, as the persecution comes upon this truth, you know, you're going to have, you know, your family members. You're going to have, you know, maybe your Eve or whatever, you know, turn against you. It is what it is, man. Because honestly speaking, man, we ready to get the hell up out of here. Are we ready for this system to collapse, you know, so that we can just, you know, leave this place, man. You know, whether it be the wilderness or whatever, man. We just ready to, you know, finally be free from this system. All right. But, you know, that's pretty much the point. All right. Once again, this has been, you know, judgments coming upon the so-called black woman and, you know, all our people in general, man. But the woman, all right, she need to be, the woman need to be put in her place. All right. The woman need to be put in her place, you know, and not just this woman too, you know, because, you know, we have two camps, you know, we break off, you know, into two separate camps. Even the other brothers, you know, they were dealing with loudmouth women, man, you know. I think that they have a voice against the scriptures of, you know, but all this is going to come to an end, man. And I pray, Lord willing, soon it does, because, you know, this is what we're looking for. But Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Rachakodash. And I want to say double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the whole full leg.